Okay. So you want to rebuild your life after you've had a significant change, a shift. Maybe there was a breakup. Maybe your marriage ended and you found a sense of comfort. You had an identity of who you were in that marriage, even if the marriage wasn't working. Familiarity breeds safety for the mind, and it'll often choose safety and familiarity over happiness and joy. So maybe that shifted, maybe that changed, or maybe you had a career and the career is over. They gave you your severance package, or you had to change and shift careers, and now you're in this limbo stage where you don't know who you are anymore because again your identity was tied to that career, that position, that form of work that defined who you were and gave you a sense of purpose every day. Or maybe you're in a life stage. Maybe you're leaving one life stage and you're going into another life stage. You're going back into the workforce, or the kids have left home. And now you have to find something to do with yourself because your identity was tied into giving for other people. If you notice, there's a common thread that cuts across all these themes, and that is being in this in between limbo state. It can suck, and I know because I've been there. The thing is, we never stop going through these limbo states. We will always go through these transition states, but it's how we go through these transition states. Sometimes they come abruptly and suddenly, and they bring up a lot of issues from childhood. They could bring up a lot of things, rush of feelings and emotions, because they remind us of being abandoned or being rejected or feeling lost or feeling uncertain. So I just want you to know that you're not alone in this, that it's a common thing. The problem is how we respond to these events. Our response determines what happens, how we move through it, how we're able to be the alchemist, as they say, or the transformer, they say, to be able to shift that into a new identity so that it actually propels us into a much better version of a much more authentic version of ourselves. And that also includes things like wanting to kick a habit. Maybe you got a wake up call and it's time to kick a habit. Maybe it's time to lose weight and your identity was caught up for years of being someone who's just overweight and you just accepted that. But now you've reached a wall where you've got to lose that weight and you don't know what to do because the mind wants to take you back to what's familiar. Again, it's the same thing. And what I've noticed from over almost 20 years of working with people now through coaching, through hypnosis, through mindfulness, I keep seeing these same themes. And it comes down to this, that your deeper unconscious mind, or your deeper or your higher mind, or your inner being, or in certain therapy circles, they call it your self. Meditative practices, they call it the authentic self, the real self. This idea of a you that is very wise. Consider that this you has amplified this or brought this about in some way for you to grow. And the minute my clients start to get the insights and connect the dots, everything starts to shift. Of course, there's other work that has to get done, because how do you now step into this new identity that doesn't feel familiar? It takes a little bit of time, but there's work that we can do to facilitate that, to get that moving. So this is the common thread I see. So what do you do to start rebuilding? The first thing that is absolutely necessary is to get yourself to a space of comfort, a space where you feel safe, that is healthy. Why? Because what we're doing is we want to calm that nervous system down. It's doing its best to protect you. It's overthinking. It's keeping you up at night. It's trying to generate all kind of solutions. It's just trying to tell you to go, go, go. You try harder at things, or you can just retreat and feel like giving up, like you don't want to do, you don't know what to do, you feel lost. Because the nervous system is trying to figure this out, and that's not its job. That's the job of your deeper mind, has the solutions. So in order to rebuild, you have to find a way to quiet that mind, quiet that nervous system, and find a sanctuary of support within you. And then you can create one outside of you as well, so you can start hearing the next steps. You can start getting the insights. You can start receiving the guidance and understanding better than me or anyone else or any self-help book on what you need to do next. And I know that's not easy, but it's the challenge. Look at it like the hero's journey. We use that a lot in stories and in movies, because there's only really one story, and that's the hero's story. And you're the hero in your life, which is, up to this point, something happened, you face certain challenges and difficulties, now it's hit a wall. It's brought all that up, you don't know what to do. As the hero, this would be your villain. This would be your challenge, your test that you've got to overcome. As you overcome it, though, it helps you to grow into who you really are. It restores your true power, your true freedom, and helps you to live in a way where you feel strong, connected, free to be who you are, and free from the past. And so getting yourself into a space of some type of a sanctuary, some type of a peace, some type of a place where you can feel strong, centered, and safe enough to quiet your mind and hear the next steps is key. And whatever you can do to help that, to facilitate that, I would highly recommend that you do that, especially if this is happening right now to you, or if you've been dealing with this for a while. What I do is I help people. I specialize in people that are in the in-between, that want to rebuild their life after a huge shift and transformation and don't know how, and want to free themselves from their past identity and move forward in a way that sticks, that lasts, that's real and authentic. And I do this by working with your unconscious mind and getting the lessons that the unconscious mind was trying to teach you, and getting the insights that your unconscious mind was giving you, so you can be free at a deep level and finally move forward. And I also help you create the new you, the new identity, to step out into this new version of you and feel comfortable knowing that this is you. So this is the work I do. And I would recommend that you book a call with me. It's free, and we can explore what your next step is in your journey, what you need to do right now that's unique to you, and what you're doing to interfere with that process. That's what we can do on a free 10 to 15 minute call, and then we can see the possibility of us working together, if that's something that's a good fit for both of us. Another thing you can do is I have a sanctuary audio program. It's a small investment, and what that does is it helps you create this sense of safety, the sense of clarity, the sense of peace, so you can get moments, breaks, to allow your system to calm, to feel soothed, so that you can receive guidance, receive some type of clarity, receive some type of rest. I hope you enjoyed these insights, and I know that if you're going through things right now and you really don't know what to do, I know that you will get through it, especially if you take the time to use it. There's a famous quote that says, "What you resist persists," and I've seen that time and time again with my clients. So if you can find a way of stopping, and you're not resisting the flow of what your unconscious mind is showing you, you'll find the breakthrough you're looking for. Again, so book a call or take my audio sanctuary program so that you can get a space in your mind to hear guidance and get the next step.